You ever heard, hey, I could never do sales? Sales is a tough industry, or better yet, sales isn't for everyone. You see, there's probably some truth in that. If you ask any professional salesperson, they would say that sales at times is pretty difficult. The skill set of being in sales isn't difficult. It's not terribly challenging to learn to be an effective salesperson. It is a skill. It requires practice, learning, implementation. There's a whole program to being effective in sales. However, when people make that statement that sales isn't for everyone, what they're talking about is the mental approach to sales. You see, there is a mental approach to sales that isn't for everyone. You get rejected more times than you get told yes. Your income is determined on the level of success you have. Not everyone can handle that. Not everyone can handle the swings that go from the left to the right. You see, that approach, that mental approach of being in sales is what separates great sales professionals from average sales professionals. What happens with salespeople when they start a new company is they're motivated, they're excited, they're mentally at the strongest they're ever going to be, because motivation in the beginning of a sales goal is easy. Motivation at the beginning of a new career is easy. It's really easy to get motivated when you surround yourself with a positive environment of people telling you why you should be motivated. That's typically what happens when you join a new company or you have a new sales role. It's easy to get motivated from the get-go. The problem there is just because you're motivated doesn't mean you know what to do, right? You can be motivated and not have any direction. Essentially, you're just motivated in the middle of nowhere. How do you fix that motivation with no direction? You have to have a laser focused intensity that drives you towards your desired outcome. A laser focused intensity that drives you to your desired outcome. So when you have a laser focused intensity, typically that looks something like this. Every morning you wake up, the goal for the day is to move yourself closer to the end objective. Typically in sales, it is a sale, it is a revenue metric, it is a unit metric, it is some sort of metric that you have in place that you know you're going to receive more commissionable dollars. So your laser focus intensity every day has to be, how do I move myself in that direction? That is the sales mentality. That is what is difficult, because typically the problem that happens with that is you get motivated in the beginning, you establish some laser focus intensity, and boom, the reality of sales hits you. Not everyone is answering your call. Not everyone is returning your email. Your prospects don't want to speak to you. Your competitor has a better product or a better price. And there's all these distractions that make that motivation you had in the beginning seem very distant. And that laser focus intensity that you had, that, hey, I'm going to move the needle to the next best direction, is no longer applicable. All the realities of sales is difficult. All the outside circumstances are difficult. And so when that strikes, people typically fall in one of two categories. They're either an experienced sales professional that knows how to white out the noise and eliminate that, or they're a new sales professional. Now, not new to sales, but new to the industry. And you may not know the social norms. You may not be comfortable with the amount of rejection or the type of rejection that happens. That's normal. And no salesperson is immune to getting a little frustrated, whether you're brand new or you've been doing this thing for 40 years. When you have these outside objections, these outside challenges that take away from what you're focusing on, that typically can be a problem. How do you fix all that? Really simple. Work with your sales manager or get an outside sales coach. 100%. That is going to help you stay laser focused and drive in the correct direction to achieve your next sales goal, higher commissions, overall positive career direction. That's what I got for you today, guys. I'm Anthony Garcia. Do me a favor, subscribe to the blog, leave a comment below. I'll see you on the next one.